midnight.
I'm Rod Serling. You're listening to the Zero Hour.
Suspense. I'm the Whistler.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Who is it?
The Fat Man.
Presents The Man Called X.
The Mysterious Traveler.
Another journey into the realm of the strange and terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves. Where are we going? You'll find out when we get there.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Drama and Theater, brought to you by Duane Old Time Radio. Drama and Theater features some of the best programs from the golden age of radio, including Escape, The Fat Man, Suspense, The Whistler, Zero Hour, Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, and many, many more. Also, my podcasts are free of ads, so you can enjoy the programs commercial-free. If you would like to donate a few dollars to help me cover the cost of creating these weekly posts, you can donate to my channel. On the bottom of each post, there is a donation link in your preferred podcast player. Anything you donate is extremely helpful and appreciated. And now on to the drama, and thank you for your support as always. Hope you enjoy. This week on Mystery and Suspense, we're going to wrap up the 0 Hour, Someone's Death, with chapters 3, 4, and 5. Again, George Kennedy, Joyce, Bulifant, and Robert Reed are the stars. And this one aired, at least according to the source I'm looking at here, September 10th through September 14th, 1973.
Rest your eyes. Exercise your imagination. This week, Charles Larson's inside story of television murder. Someone's death. Starring George Kennedy, Joyce Bulifant, and Robert Reed. In Elliot Lewis's production of The 0 Hour.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The 0 Hour. Sponsored in part by
Ford Motor Company, Quaker State Motor Oil, and the makers of V8 Juice. This is The 0 Hour on Mutual Radio.
As a producer of TV murder mysteries, Nils Frederick Blixen is cognizant of a formula. It goes something like this. A murder is committed and someone innocent accused. The viewer is introduced to several suspects and fed a steady diet of red herrings. One by one, the suspects are eliminated through lack of motive or a substantiated alibi. Finally, the real killer is exposed, and everyone lives happily ever after until next week. But Nils Frederick Blixen has found himself in the middle of a mystery he's been unable to predict, let alone solve. 3 murders, a host of suspects, a jumble of clues, but no killer. If it were only a bad script, only make-believe. But it's not. It's all too terrifying and real. But somehow, from his working experience, Nils Frederick Blixen knows somewhere in his mind that the simple truth is right in front of him. The only question is, can he recognize it before it's too late? The conclusion of someone's death follows after this word.
Young I may be, but still I'm a man, just turned 18. then I'll do what I can to find me a place where I can be me. Get ready for life, be free as the sea. Oh, where do I go from here? Oh, where do I go from here? I'm finished with school, but what lies ahead? Don't want to get trapped, want to feel free instead. All over the world, there's so much to do. The call of the sea, don't you hear it too? Oh, where do I go from here? Oh, where do I go from here?
What about the new Navy? You'll get your chance at success, learn an exciting job, and see the world. Call toll-free 800-841-8000 or see your Navy recruiter. Be someone special in the new Navy.
I know where I'm going from here.
Mary McGrath murdered, victim number 3. In the bedroom of her small home, the police found a partially packed red and black suitcase, a round-trip airplane ticket to Chicago, and 10 $20 traveler's checks, but no murder weapon. By 1:30 in the afternoon, the authorities had finished their examination of the house and grounds, and the body had been removed to the morgue. Detectives continued to question residents along both sides of Willow Way, a steep, pretty street on the Glendale edge of Montrose, just off of Highway 2, the main route to La Cañada. When I met Ames at the morgue, he was fit to be tied.
She was dead when my men checked the place yesterday, but none of them bothered to look in the kitchen window. Going to hold a few seminars on comprehensive investigation. All right, Mr. Blixen?
Yes. Yes, that's Mary. Senseless. It's absolutely senseless. My mind really fights this. I know she's dead. I just can't accept it. This was a woman who didn't have an enemy in the world. I'd like to get some air.
Well, feel better?
No. Yeah, thanks. Tell me, Sergeant, had Mary been sexually attacked or robbed?
No.
I don't understand it.
Well, she was shot with a .22. Same gun that killed Gladstone.
What? Well, then, that clears Red.
Is that so? Why?
Well, she's in custody, that's why.
Oh, different fingers could pull the same trigger at different times, couldn't they? In any case, she's still being held on a double charge. It wasn't a .22 that killed Heidi.
No, it wasn't. And that's got to be one of the weakest points of your case against her.
Oh, really?
Since when has an axe been a woman's weapon?
Oh, since about Lizzie Borden.
Oh, my God. Haven't you ever shaken hands with Red? I doubt if she could lift an axe, much less...
Look, Mr. Blixen, we don't know that an axe was used in the Ellis case. It was an axe-like weapon. That could be pruning shears or a hatchet or a small hand hoe. Now, I'll be honest with you. Heidi Ellis died of shock and loss of blood. The wounds themselves weren't deep. A woman might easily have made them, even a weak woman. Incidentally, your attorney, Mr. Schreiber, is in the building. He said he'd drive you home if you needed a lift.
Yes, call him, please. And thank you.
Yeah.
I could scarcely breathe. Hand hoe. Where had I seen a hand hoe recently? I was barely aware of getting into the car with Wade Schreiber. Homebound traffic had begun to clog the freeways. Wade wanted to take the surface streets. I said anything was okay with me. Anything.
You look beat, Nils.
It's been one of those days. Listen, did you ever see Peter Lorre in M?
What's Peter Lorre have to do with anything?
M was the story of a child molester.
Well,
Heidi was a child.
You think somebody was trying to...
Heidi told me that she'd seen Dan Gladstone about a week before his death. She'd left school in the middle of the afternoon, not feeling well. And Gladstone, she wouldn't tell me what he wanted or what he did. But it was clear from her attitude that something strange had happened.
Well, Gladstone has a record, but molesting children wasn't part of it.
Well, there's always a first time. Now, if Gladstone did try something funny, what have we got?
Well, we've got a new case, a motive for murder on Heidi's part. Especially if Gladstone tried it a second time. Heidi may have thought first of blackmail, then changed her mind. Yes, but who killed Heidi then?
who would want to kill Mary? Where does her death fit in all this?
I don't know. Wait, I'm lost. Red was innocent, I knew it. But there were 3 people dead. What were we missing?
Hello, this is Hugh Downs. Recently, I participated in a Ford LTD fuel economy run from Phoenix to Los Angeles, where the average for 5 cars was 18.8 miles per gallon, with standard 351 V8 engines. The high was 20.3, and I averaged 19.7. My first reaction was surprise, because I think you'll agree the numbers sound a little high. So I'd like to stress that gas mileage depends on many factors. Things like total weight, maintenance, road and driving conditions, and you might not get the same results. But probably most important of all are your personal driving habits, how you behave when you drive. And one of the things we did in the test was to make a point of never exceeding 50 miles an hour. I think all of us who participated would agree that driving reasonably is a very modest price to pay for something else you can get from a Ford LTD. The good feeling of riding in a solid, well-made automobile.
The quiet riding Ford. The closer you look, the better we look.
We'll return to our story in a moment.
Provide for their college the safe and easy way. It's sure with payroll savings. Yeah, join that plan today. So always remember, it's a proud way to save. Take stock in America. Buy U.S. savings bonds. Remember, it's a proud way to save. Take stock in America. Buy U.S. savings bonds.
Heidi Ruth Ellis, age 14 years, 1 month, and 6 days, was buried in Hollywood's Robindale Cemetery on Thursday, the 7th of June at 11:15 in the morning. It had begun to drizzle shortly before 9, but the cemetery officials had prudently erected a canvas canopy over the small open grave during the night, and both the ground and the mourners remained dry. I recognized the pallbearers, Bobby Leeds and Renee Ortiz, solemn, still not speaking. Fred Hayworth in an ancient black suit and pearl gray cowboy hat. Preston Andrade, the only man beside Wade Schreiber who wept openly, and Phil Waters. Surprisingly, only 2 women were present, Boom Boom Hayworth looking like an ill gypsy, and a stout, pleasant-faced lady in a hooded raincoat who reminded me vaguely of Mary. As the young priest's comfortless voice droned on, I became aware that Wade Schreiber had left my side. I eased backward onto the wet grass and ascended the slope to join him.
Oh, how sweet of you to come, Sherry. In fact, you're just the man we want to see. We need advice.
Of course, Boom Boom. Anything I can do.
You see, Phil lost his job at the drugstore. So I thought, Sherry, with all the musicians the studio needs, perhaps you could put in a good word, no?
Oh. Why don't you have him come out to the studio? I'll send him to Derek Kirk, the head of music.
Oh, fine. This afternoon, Phil can drive us.
All right. This afternoon. Say 5 o'clock.
We'll be there. Merci bien, Sherry.
Wait. Who is that lady just getting into her car? The one who stood with you at the services?
The lady? Oh, that is Miss Tufeld, Etta.
Is she a neighbor? I don't believe I've...
No. She's the nurse, the school nurse. Miss Etta Tufeld. Lovely. Au revoir, chérie. Au revoir.
It was past 2 by the time I got to the studio. To fulfill the obligation to Phil and Boom Boom, I made a call to the music department, and I set up the appointment. Then I just went out, and I walked a lot.
Mr. Blixen? Niels?
Oh, hello, Tibbet. Thanks again for your good work on those comic books.
Yeah, well, I sure hope it helps you. Well, say, you produce mysteries. Surely you have an idea who done it. I don't mean to be frivolous.
As a matter of fact, Tibbet, I have the oddest feeling I've known the answer all along, that someone told it to me, but I couldn't translate it.
As though you sort of peeked at the back of the book, and then there was the solution. Only you had to read the whole thing to be sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone said something, or did something, and it was all wrong. But I can't remember the circumstances.
Well, perhaps you're trying too hard.
Probably.
What were we just talking about? The funeral.
Uh-huh.
What does the word funeral suggest to you?
Hillsides.
And hillsides?
It was as though a camera shutter had clicked in my mind. There was the hill and the headstones, and Schreiber under his wide black umbrella. And down the hill, dry beneath a canvas canopy, were Boom Boom and Miss Tufeld and the priest. Let's see. Phil and Andrade, Hayworth and Renee, and there was Bobby. And as suddenly as that, I had it. As clearly as a subliminal flash held too long, certain and complete and shadowless, I knew the killer. Sickened, I closed my eyes and thought, no, my God, no.
Just when you need it more than ever, you can find it more places than ever. That's Quaker State Motor Oil. Why do you need it more? Because if you're using your car less, that engine just isn't getting the exercise it needs. But Quaker State's quality protection is tailor-made to handle deposits that build up in an underworked engine. Now that you need it more, it's available more places. Nice to know.
Quaker State your car to keep it running, yeah.
Hey, what you got there? It looks like tomato juice.
It's V8.
What you got there?
It's V8.
Looks like tomato juice.
It's V8.
Try it. Wow, it sure doesn't taste like tomato juice.
Mm-hmm. It tastes like V8.
A great natural blend of 8 garden vegetables.
V8 cocktail vegetable juice. V8.
The Zero Hour continues after this.
जी हाँ, ये खानदानी मंसूबा बंदी का मरकज है.
Mais oui, c'est le centre de planning familial.
Yes, this is the family planning center.
There are family planning centers in more than 100 countries today. The women who come to these centers can't afford to go to private doctors, but they want to plan their children, when they're going to have them, and how many they're going to have. The trouble is, there aren't enough centers. Just in the United States, there are nearly 5 million women who have no way of getting modern family planning help. And that's nothing compared with the world problem. Some countries don't have enough family planning centers. Some don't have any at all. This year, again, many women will have babies not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Sad for them. Sad for the world. With family planning help, these women, too, will have babies only when they choose. So that all the people of the world may have this freedom of choice, support Planned Parenthood.
I didn't know whether I said goodbye to Tibbet or not. I raced back to my office, told the substitute secretary to get a hold of Wade Schreiber and tell him to get right over. It was about Miss Redfern. And I wanted the phone number of a Miss Etta Tufeld, school nurse at Hollywood High. Then I got hold of a studio transportation man I'd known for years, and I had him drive me out Highway 2 through Glendale to La Cañada. After that, on the way back, I stopped at a phone booth on the road, called Sergeant Ames, and told him what was up. At 5:40, when I got back to my office, there was a message on the desk that Schreiber had received the call, and Miss Tufeld's phone number was there.
Hello?
Miss Tufeld, this is Nils Frederick Blixen. You probably don't know my name.
Oh, indeed I do, Mr. Blixen. You were at the cemetery today. Mrs. Hayworth pointed you out to me.
Miss Tufeld, I need some information about Heidi Ellis's movements last May 15th. Now, that was a school day, a Tuesday. Heidi told me she'd reported sick to you and that you'd sent her home.
Tuesday, yes. Yes, I remember. I certainly did send her home.
At about what time? Do you recall?
Yes. That would have been about 1:30.
I thanked her. I made one more phone call to a drugstore. I asked one more question and hung up. And then just sat there, idly moving a herd of ceramic hippos around my desk. Then I involuntarily got up, walked to the door, and opened it. In my outer office, Boom and Fred, still in their funeral finery, were on the couch reading the trade papers while their nephew Phil stood braced sadly against the hall jamb like an abandoned dress dummy. They had come by to report on Phil's job interview with the music department. I invited them in and scrounged up soft drinks without ice.
Mon chéri, you are fidgety. Why is this?
Miss Redfern's going to be released. She's innocent.
Oh, the police suspect someone else then?
They do now.
Of which murder?
Of all three. The same person committed all three.
And you know who it is?
I know. You see, the thing that threw everybody off was that Gladstone was killed first. That was a mistake. Heidi was the threat.
Sherry, the little girl.
Think back to the 15th of May. Heidi got sick, came home from school. Nobody was home, right? Then Heidi said Dan Gladstone came by. But she didn't tell anyone about a third person who was at the house that afternoon, a child molester.
No.
Gladstone was in the back somewhere, probably near the garage. He may have heard Heidi call out. In any event, he came around front and possibly saw what was going on. It's a sure thing the molester saw him and ran.
Heidi knew the man?
She knew him. And she knew how to make him bleed. She'd seen the effect of one anonymous letter on Red and Gladstone, so she decided to send another. She cut out an article about a fictional child molester called M and mailed it. When the man got the letter, he assumed Gladstone had sent it. It wasn't hard to get Gladstone up on the hill and kill him. Just leave a message with his landlady that Red wanted to meet him in their favorite spot, something like that. And then a gun, one shot, and M was safe. Except a day later, another anonymous letter arrived. And this one asked for $300 a month for life. And he knew it was Heidi he had to kill. He called her. He probably told her he wanted to discuss terms. She unlocked the door and she let him in.
Oh, but to kill her with an axe?
Oh, no, he didn't. He probably used a pair of pruning shears or a small handhold, like the one you were using in the roses, Boom Boom.
But Dan Gladstone must have seen the other car when he goes up to Ruby Drive. Didn't he notice?
It was the kind of a car that no one ever suspects. Driven by someone everybody talks to and nobody notices. The scene in my outer office, except for Wade Schreiber thumbing through a magazine, might have been a replay of an earlier scene. There were Detectives Ames and Griswold talking by the files, and there was the Sunset cab driver on the couch, flipping his cap absently between his knees.
Oh, hi, Mr. Blixen. Take your time. I'm a little early.
Wade, if the police withdraw their charges against Red tonight, can she be released immediately?
It's in the works, Mr. Blixen.
You found the proof then, Sergeant?
One of my men just phoned. Found the bloody pants, the shirt, and the gun.
The gun? You found the gun that killed Gladstone?
Yep, and Mary McGrath.
Oh? Where?
In your garage. And Firestone tires on your cab.
Hey, what is this, a joke? All Sunset cabs use Firestone.
You're under arrest, Mr. Bartholomew. You have the right to remain silent and the right to consult an attorney. If you...
Hey, wait a minute. What is this, some kind of gag? Tell him it's a gag, Mr. Blixen.
It's no gag, Jack. I drove out to Glendale this afternoon, up Highway 2 to Montrose, and I found the Japanese nursery you used to work in. The owner told me you went to jail for a year for child molesting. That's why you lost your job there. On Tuesday, May 15th, you answered a call for a cab at Hollywood High, placed by the school nurse. It's on the record. You drove Heidi Ellis home, you walked her to the house, and you attacked her. The next time you saw Heidi, you killed her. Last Monday at around 6 o'clock. They'll probably find the shears or whatever you used stuck away in your gardening equipment.
6 o'clock. Mr. Blixen, you're my witness. I was here at 6 to pick you up.
No. You got to the studio at 6:15, Jack.
Baloney. I got here at 6.
6:15. At 6 o'clock, it hadn't started raining yet.
I know it. And that's why I'm sure I'm in the clear.
Remember when the cat ran under your car? That's what really started unwinding this thing for me. I went to a funeral this morning, and a canopy over the grave had kept the ground dry. Your cab should have kept your parking place dry, but it was wet. You got there after the rain had started, after 6:15. You killed Dan Gladstone when you thought he was blackmailing you about the attack on Heidi. Then you had to kill Heidi when you discovered it was she, not Dan, who had sent the letter. And to cover it all up, you had to kill Mary McGrath. Well, it was all put together. I was in a bar with Schreiber having a much-needed double on the rocks. I could see him in the phone booth talking fast and furious. And when he hung up, there was a smile on his face.
Well, you're reinstated with the network. Incidentally, I didn't quite get the cabbie's explanation about why he killed Mary McGrath.
Well, it's very simple now that I understand it. He had just killed Heidi, and he needed an alibi, so he enlisted Mary's help. He told her Heidi was in the cab, waiting, some kind of surprise for her grandfather. And it would help if Mary would tell Ellis she just phoned when he came into the office. He knew he'd have to kill Mary later. The problem was, when Ellis told Mary to call Heidi back, Mary played that pretty well, keeping him from talking. She made one mistake. I should have caught it then. She tapped the receiver bar several times, supposedly to attract Heidi's attention.
And that's a mistake?
You do that, and if you place the call, at least here in Southern California, you cut the connection as surely as if you'd severed the line. That was his alibi. I should have recognized it a long time back. Joanna Redfern was released from custody the 8th of June. She was back to work 3 days later. The studio calmed down, and so did I, except for one thing. When Red came sweeping into my office, as usual, she knocked over an ashtray and she bumped her knee on the sofa. She threw her arms around my neck. She kissed me on the forehead, on the nose, on the mouth, and on both eyes.
Oh, good grief, I love you. Did I ever tell you that?
Will you marry me, Red?
No.
We can go. No. Who is it, then? Wade?
I love Wade, but it's certainly not Wade. I'm not going to marry anybody.
You can't love both of us and not marry anybody. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Why? I don't see why I can't love 1,000 people. I do. I will. I'm still young. Bye, darling, and thanks for saving my life.
A kiss on my forehead, and she swept out of the room, still as inaccessible as an alpine flower. I sat down and I took all the little ceramic hippos on my desk and arranged them into a broken heart. But I was smiling with love at my age.
You are listening to Mutual's presentation of The Zero Hour.
There's a disease in business today we might call spiritual schizophrenia. You see it in individuals who apply one code of conduct in their personal affairs and a quite different one in business or government. The belief seems to be that we are less responsible as individuals when we make business decisions, that business has a different code. When you think about it, that doesn't make sense. Profits are not the only gauge of business success. Business doesn't change the priority of values. We are born to the community of man first. The others are secondary allegiances. Make your personal morality work where you work and see the difference. The community of man, God's club. Be an active member. This message has been brought to you by Religion and American Life in cooperation with this station.
Sometimes a 24-hour pass very, very slowly indeed, with no place to go, nothing much to do. The answer for millions of servicemen and women around the world has been the USO. For over 30 years, a place to come in, read, write letters home, listen to music, dance, have a hamburger and a shake. Most of all, a place to feel welcome. But there might not always be a USO, even though there are still 2 million servicemen and women who need it more than ever. There might not be a USO because there's not enough money to go around. USO gets no government funds. It depends entirely on your gifts to the United Fund, Community Chest, or local USO campaign. So please give. Our work isn't done. That concludes this week's production of The Zero Hour. Charles Larson's Someone's Death. Next week, we'll begin another exciting dramatization of a tale of mystery and suspense. We'll tell our story in 5 days, at the same time Monday through Friday. So on Monday, rest your eyes and listen here to The Zero Hour.
Today's episode brought to you in part by Ford Motor Company, Quaker State Motor Oil, and V8 Juice. This is The Zero Hour on Mutual Radio.
You have been listening to The Zero Hour, a presentation of the Mutual Broadcasting System in association with Hollywood Radio Theater. Heard every weekday at this time. Rod Serling is your host. Zero Hour is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis. The Hollywood Radio Theater theme was played by Ferranti and Teicher and is now available on United Artists Records and Tapes. Hugh Douglas speaking. Tune in Monday, and once again,
rest your eyes and listen here
to The Zero Hour.
This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
I'm Rod Serling. You're listening to The Zero Hour. Rest your eyes. Exercise your imagination. This week, Charles Larson's inside story of television murder. Someone's death. Starring George Kennedy, Joyce Bulifant, and Robert Reed. In Elliott Lewis's production of The Zero Hour.
Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Zero Hour. Sponsored in part by
Quaker State Motor Oil and the Ford Motor Company. This is The Zero Hour on Mutual Radio.
This week, our story revolves around the make-believe world of television. We'll meet Nils Frederick Blixen, a middle-aged man married to his craft, producing television shows. He's preparing a new detective series called Stag at Bay, in which his star will have exactly 1/2 hour each week to solve a fictional crime. Nils Frederick Blixen, a veteran of the industry, is breaking in a new casting director, Joanna Redfern. Young, bright, aggressive. A woman more prideful of her liberated status than of her shocking red hair. Their problem is to cast the role of co-star in the upcoming series, strictly a matter of choice. It would have been easy if it hadn't been for one unexpected, intangible fact. Someone's death. The fact is, it was murder. Our story, Someone's Death, begins after this word.
I was in South Korea with the Peace Corps. We were the first rural health program in Korea. What a lot of us did was to go around and check to see if there was a TB patient in the house. A lot of these people had never, ever had any kind of medical attention at all. I remember one case. She was in pain. She was in real pain. And the doctor examined her and became very concerned. And he told us later that had she not come in, she would have died. I was very, very proud. You know, but you probably heard this, and you'll hear it again and again from volunteers. The volunteer himself gets more out of it than he actually gives to the people he's supposed to be helping.
Volunteer for the Peace Corps. The Peace Corps is one part of action. Action is doing something.
There is something you can do. Get into action.
He lay on his stomach under the oak like a spy, with his hand shading his eyes and a reversed blue baseball cap spread over the back of his neck. He was black, tall, 6'5" in his stocking feet, a former basketball player. Several woodworms had been caught in the blood that matted the base of his skull. He'd been shot at close range, the bullet burrowing upward through the back of his head. He was quite thoroughly, vengefully murdered. At the precise early morning hour that a young boy and girl in the hills along Mulholland Drive above Hollywood stumbled onto the body, I was in a projection room at the studio. I was still at the studio in my office, chairing an unofficial production meeting as the sun dipped into the smog and below the Los Angeles horizon. It was the 22nd of May. On June the 4th, come hell, high water, death, panic, or war, we had to be in production on the first of 22-hour episodes of a new TV series which I had originated and would produce called Stag at Bay, a detective series which is supposed to make me some kind of authority on murder. The meeting was a replay of 1,000, just like it.
You know, we've got to find a gimmick to hang the PR campaign on.
Right now, that's less important than finding the right girl.
Across the desk from me was Leonard Ellis, a born conciliator. In his youth, he'd wanted to be a baseball umpire, but failed due to his slight deafness, though he often said it was merely compensation for 20/20 vision. He claimed to hear better after a nip, so at 61, he had become an alert quasi-alcoholic. Nevertheless, Leonard Ellis was the best unit publicist any series could have. Joanna Redfern, the casting director, sat near him, upright in a straight chair. Tall, 23, a recent graduate of Bennington, she wore her red hair short because everybody else wore it long. She was uptight, tapping the arms of her chair, uncrossing her trousered legs. When she finally got to her feet, it was in sections, like a deck chair unfolding.
Well, someday some terribly courageous TV producer is going to thumb his nose at the computer, cast the best actor or actress in his series instead of the safest, and make $100 million. And how in the name of reason are those pious, rude New York network research freaks going to squeeze out of that one?
Well, I'm sure every producer wants to cast the best actor or actress in every role. Isn't that so, Niels Frederick?
I'm producing this series, and I'll make the decisions. I couldn't care less about what they want upstairs. And so you'll get it straight, Miss Redfern. I'm not going to fill an important running lead with a bad Mexican-American actress just because Justicia or Nosotros or the rest of the pressure groups think I ought to.
The part calls for a Mexican-American girl. It would be absurd not to get...
Fine. You bring me one who can cut the mustard, and I'll sign her.
I have brought you several, but all you're after is a pretty face.
They weren't right, any of them.
You know what I think I better do is tell the front office that this isn't working out, that it isn't fair to the studio to saddle you with a casting director you don't know and you don't have confidence in.
Sit down.
No, I'd rather not.
Who's for coffee? Are you, Niels Frederick?
All the same, Mr. Blixen, I wish you luck. I hope Stag at Bay knocks everybody right on their backside.
His backside.
Of course.
Is this your first series, Miss Redfern?
Yes.
It's my fifth. Joanna, isn't it?
It's Joanna, but everybody calls me Red.
Yours is black, I believe, Niels Frederick. Red, are you, cream?
No sugar, dash of cream.
While Ellis translated the coffee order to my secretary, Mary, the poor woman should have been gone hours ago. Red sat on her tailbone with the players' directory and searched for the actress who wouldn't compromise us too much with the powers upstairs. I could hear Ellis on the extension talking to his granddaughter.
Hello, honey? Yeah. This is Grandpa. I'm going to be late again for dinner. Did you call me? Donny Osmond? I thought you were in love with David Cassidy. Issue of which magazine? Oh. Anything with Donnie's picture on the cover. Yeah, I'll find one. I won't be too late. Bye-bye, sweet.
Donnie's woman?
Donnie needs her.
She assured me last spring that Bobby Sherman needed her.
Well, that's when she was a kid of 13. But now she knows what love is.
Red, where did you meet Ellis's granddaughter?
Oh, I've known Heidi for years. We're neighbors.
You're kidding. No one in Hollywood has neighbors.
Oh, Red and I live in the same, what do you call it, Red? Fourplex?
Over under Long Prairie. It's a nice area. I love it.
Yeah, they still dig their heels in about blacks, though.
In this enlightened day and age?
Yeah, you bet. In this day and age... I'm sorry, Red.
Why? Did I walk into something? Well, what happened at the neighborly fourplex?
Nothing happened.
Yeah, right. Nothing. That tempest in the teapot.
Come on, tell me. Might springboard a script.
No script. Just I had a black friend, somebody objected.
Anonymous letters, you know.
So what did you do about it, Red?
Kissed him goodnight on the lawn after that. Didn't want anybody to miss anything.
That's a good girl.
Oh, here she is. Now, just look at this picture if you want to see one sweet actress. Now, I know she won't do. You're after a beauty. This girl looks like 10 cents worth of cat meat.
Yeah. Got an interesting face.
You mean ugly.
True.
You know Clifford Odette's Country Girl?
Of course I know it. Do you think I'm illiterate?
Well, how do you think the woman ought to be played?
Mother Earth?
Okay. I saw Isabel Chavez do Country Girl in Spanish in East L.A. a month ago, and I thought I'd die. This was a woman you could believe anything about. When the husband tells the director she was Miss Mexico, you believe. When he says she tried suicide, you believe that. You believe. Oh, nuts.
I watched her, Joanna Redfern, Miss Clumsy of the Year, knock over a 7-foot-tall philodendron plant. While Ellis and I helped her prop it up again, she was tossing the plant's upper tendrils over the automatic fire extinguisher pipes in the ceiling, which caused her to split her shirt and dislodge an abstract of some English soccer players when she fell in exhaustion against the wall.
Oh, shoot.
Yet, like the young Hepburn, she was so secure in her ungainliness that it projected itself as a kind of high-born grace. I felt I'd never been stuck with a more aggravating girl in my life.
I did all that in one take.
Will you sit down, Red? Forget the plant. Just sit down. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shouted.
You certainly shouldn't have.
Ellis, see if Mary fell in the coffee pot out there and drowned, will you?
Yeah. Mary.
Oh, dear.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were right at the door about to knock. Here, let me help you.
Joanna.
Oh, me, yeah? Oh, I get so used to being called Red.
Yeah.
What is it, Mary?
Well, I hate to interrupt, but I've got a message for Joanna.
Who is it? Tell him to hold the line. We'll be through here in a minute.
Well, actually, they're right outside.
Look, Mary, if it's some agent...
They're not agents, exactly.
Well, who are they exactly? Bill collectors, men from Mars, what?
No, they're policemen.
Policemen? This is a private eye show. Tell them we're not casting men in blue. Right, Niels Frederick?
You don't understand. They're...
Well, come on, Mary. They're what?
Detectives.
Detectives?
And they want to talk to me?
Yes.
What about?
They said it's something about a murder.
There's a little town in western Pennsylvania called Oil City where they make peace of mind. They put it up in quart-sized green and white cans and ship millions of them all over the land to people who don't want to worry about their cars. This peace of mind for car owners is called Quaker State Motor Oil. The folks who make it are experts, men who really know motor oil, because that's been Quaker State's specialty for over 50 years. Quaker State starts with the finest natural petroleum the earth provides, 100% pure Pennsylvania-grade crude oil. Then they put it through step after step of refining and fortify it to fight heat and rust and dirt and wear and give your engine the protection it needs. Quaker State Motor Oil. Who says you can't buy peace of mind?
Quaker State your car. You keep it running, young. You keep it running.
We'll return to our story in a moment.
For a few good men to become Marine officers. A few good college men to accept the challenge of leadership. Men who will command Marine ground troops. Men who will fly Marine aircraft. And a few good men to serve as lawyers in the Marine Corps. The program is Platoon Leaders Class. PLC. No campus training. Ground and air options. Available financial assistance. Even free civilian flying lessons for qualified men. Talk to the Marine officer who visits your campus. Ask about PLC Ground, PLC Air, or PLC Law. The Marines are looking for a few good men who want to lead other men as officers in the United States Marine Corps.
The two plainclothesmen were standing by Mary's files, a stocky, sunburned man in suede pants and a modified safari jacket, and a lean, dark man wearing a gray business suit. The second detective extended his wallet. I studied the ID, which bore a serious pose of him in a square collar, tie, and somewhat shorter haircut. The card said, Ames, Sergeant, Negro, male, 5'11", weight 160, black hair, brown eyes, no visible scars. There was a third man in the outer office, a cab driver, who sat flipping his hat between his hands and whistling at the floor, his elbows on his knees. Mary explained his presence.
He's been waiting for over half an hour. Miss Redfern, Joanna, ordered him.
Both men in red went through the open door into my office. As I turned to follow them, a messenger boy dropped off the rewrite of our opening show. The cabbie, I noticed, was leaning around me trying to read the cover.
You a TV producer?
That's what they call me. Mary, will you Xerox this, 15 copies?
Right now?
No, in the morning.
She's not in trouble, is she, Joanna?
Ellis, drive Mary out to the lot.
Don't worry, Red. All they can do is rubber hose you.
Stupid thing for Ellis to have said to her. I liked Red. I could see Ames was quizzing her tough. Whether they resented it or not, I was going to go in. The cabbie was stretching his neck to try and see into the room. I closed the door.
The last time you saw him was...
Is this private?
It's up to the young lady.
They know about Daniel and me.
Daniel?
The black friend I mentioned, Dan Gladstone. Apparently, he's been in some kind of accident.
Oh?
2 weeks. You haven't seen Mr. Gladstone since roughly the 8th of May, then?
No, I haven't, or longer.
Why not?
I don't know what you mean.
You were fairly close friends, weren't you, Miss Redfern?
We were friends. I don't know how close.
Were you engaged?
No.
Didn't Gladstone give you a ring sometime in February?
It was a joke. It came out of a penny candy jar.
Excuse me. But what kind of accident was this?
He was shot in the back of the head.
Shot? Daniel,
And no accident.
Well, who told you about the ring?
What was the tenor of your last meeting, Miss Redfern?
The what?
What did you talk about?
I don't remember.
Did you fight?
I just really can't remember.
Did you say, if you show your black face around here again, I'll cut your damn woolly head off, or words to that effect?
Now, wait a minute. Have you warned her, given her her rights, or did you just forget?
No, we didn't forget.
She has a right to know who you've been talking to, who's been telling you these...
Do you own a .22 caliber pistol, Miss Redfern?
Okay, that does it. Give me an outside line.
A pistol? No, of course not.
Red, cool it. I'm contacting a lawyer. You don't mind, do you, gentlemen?
No, I think it's a very sound idea.
I don't need a lawyer.
You might ask him to meet us at North Hollywood Division. That's 11480 Tierra. You have her there in a half hour, Mr. Blitzen.
Murder on television is one thing. It's an episode. By the end of the last reel, it's solved. But I was discovering that isn't the way it really is. My guts were turning. Hello? Wade?
Yes.
Wade, this is Nils Frederick.
Nils, what's the matter? You sound like you were canceled before you started.
Wade, we've got a problem here.
Oh, like what?
Like a suspect for murder.
The all-new Ford Mustang II has been named Car of the Year by Motor Trend magazine.
Look what they've done to our Mustang. They named it Car of the Year. 'Cause we changed the size, we changed the style, and you're gonna like it fine. So, look what they've done to that car.
Mustang II, picked Car of the Year because it offers good gas economy. And in the words of Motor Trend, Mustang II is an outstanding concept of affordable luxury and prestige in a small package. And that makes it the right car at the right time.
When you take a ride, you're gonna know that Mustang's one of a kind. So,
Base sticker price for two-door hardtop is just $28.95, excluding dealer prep, destination charges, title, and taxes. At your local Ford dealer.
The Zero Hour continues after this.
This is Gene King for your Better Business Bureau. Don't expect your dry cleaner to work miracles. People expect him to pick out all the spots in a bundle of clothes and recognize the cause of each stain, including the invisible stains, which aren't apparent until the garment is cleaned. Keep in mind, too, that the dry cleaner's legal liability is frequently limited to the use of ordinary care in the handling of your merchandise. Remember that different classes of stains require different treatments, and some fabrics must be treated with special care. Special solvents must be used to get rid of gravy, lipstick, ink, nail polish, soup, etc. And if damage should occur through the fault of the cleaner, the value in dollars and cents is determined proportionately. So be fair with your cleaner and yourself. Tell him about those stains. Don't remove labels with dry cleaning instructions. And don't think of your cleaner as a magician. A tip from your Better Business Bureau.
The city by night had a warm, wind-swept face. Los Angeles was a Mediterranean town, I'd always felt, despite its size and location. All day long, it lay like a girl on its back by the sea, half asleep under its dark glasses burning in the sun, amused by the boys who whistled and hung around. Only at dusk it began to stir. It would blink and sit up and rest its chin on its knees, gazing at the bronze-colored ocean, and perhaps accept a margarita or two. The cab driver didn't need a margarita. He was very talkative.
Boy, looks like all the idiots are out tonight. Hey, look at that coot. Hey, there's a real dilly. You know, I tell you, I love this town. Too breezy back there for you?
No, it's fine.
Are you all right, Red?
You haven't asked me whether I did it or not. Do you realize that?
I haven't? All right, did you shoot the man?
No.
That's a load off my motor.
Hey, did you see that jerk? A left turn and no signal. My wife wonders why I got a nervous stomach. Hey, you two want to buy a free press?
No, thanks. Would you mind? What is your name?
Jack. I thought I told you.
The young lady and I have some things to talk about.
No, sure. Private is private.
You think I'm not the murderous type, then?
If there is a type.
There's a type that goes all to pieces in a jealousy situation. The first person I was jealous of was my sister. I was 4 when she was born. I couldn't understand why my father had done that to me.
Don't you blame your mother, too?
She didn't count. She died when I was 8. She and my father were separated by then. He was living in Pennsylvania. She was in Hartford.
With you and your sister?
No, I'd already killed my sister.
You what?
I broke my sister's neck when she was 7 months old.
When you set out to make a point, you don't fool around.
It's the fact. My mother left the carriage on the front porch. I pushed it down the steps. I wasn't punished, just sent to a child psychiatrist and later to a very nice school in New Hampshire. That's what jealousy can do. My father used to come see me once in a while. He's married twice since my mother died. 3 more children.
I thought you said you hadn't been punished. We rode along for a while, neither of us talking. Even the cab driver seemed more content since traffic had eased up some. I studied Red during the silence. She struck me as being very vulnerable.
Do you have any children?
No.
I know you're married. I looked up your studio biography.
Well, then it's out of date. We were divorced in 65.
Oh, let's see. I was born in 50, so I was 15 then. I'm sorry it didn't work out.
We made a mistake and we rectified it.
Very civilized.
My dear girl, a divorce is about as civilized as a gang rape. We've been married 18 years.
I think there must be something wrong with marriage.
Not with the game, just with the players.
Ah, this must be the place.
Keep it running, Jack. We'll be going back into Hollywood.
Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. Why don't I grab something to eat and then I'll come back for you, huh? You don't want to buy the cab. Hey, wait a minute. What is this, a check? I'm sorry, we don't take personal checks.
A voucher. I ride cabs a lot.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Blixen.
Try us in about an hour.
Sure.
Niels Frederick, I'm over here. Wade Schreiber, your client, Joanna Redfern.
How do you do?
Joanna? Is it, Miss?
Yes.
Let's talk out here for a minute. I think before we go inside, we'd better clarify a couple of points.
I didn't kill Dan.
Yes, I understand that. I don't believe they're ready to accuse you of it. They're just trying to get to the truth. Believe it or not. They said he was shot with a .22? Yes, he was, and that's point number 1. Joanna, do you own a .22?
No.
Ever own one?
No.
Well, were you ever in contact with one?
No.
Okay, I'll buy that. Second, where were you last evening between, say, 10 and midnight?
10, Grauman's Chinese.
You went to a movie?
Yes.
Wade, you act like a cop. Now, come on, Niels, wait a minute. Who did you go to the movie with?
Alone.
You often go to the movies alone?
Not often. I was just walking on Hollywood Boulevard. My car's in the shop. And I just went in.
Where was he killed, Wade? On the valley side of the hills. You know that area?
Not too well.
Well, there's a dead-end private street off Berry. It's called Ruby.
Oh, I know Ruby.
You would. Some kids found the corpse this morning by the side of the road. Dead about 12 hours. How do you know Ruby Avenue?
Oh, Lord.
Well, come on. How do you know it?
Oh, we used to park up there.
You in Gladstone?
Once in a while.
Uh-huh. Had the body been dumped? No, his car was nearby. He was found about 20 feet from it. Hadn't been robbed, no sign of a struggle. So he knew his killer. He just strolled over under the trees, lowered his head, and somebody reached around and shot him. What's the matter, Red? You cold?
Just a chill. I'll get over it.
There seems to be a witness report on file here.
Witness to what?
Evidently, somebody heard you threaten Dan Gladstone.
Threaten him? That's ridiculous.
Joanna, did you two fight at all?
Well, I wouldn't say fight.
Well, what would you say?
Well, I'd say that, we had words.
What about?
Nothing important. Does it matter?
It matters. Now, please, Red. It must have been fairly important if it caused you two to break up.
He was a pusher, and he tried to get me hooked. I loved him, or I thought I loved him, but I told him to get lost.
Did you tell him, if you show your black face around here, I'll cut your head off?
Oh, God. Yes, I did.
Wade, what does this do to us? Well, I don't know, Nils. Sure gives him a peach of a motive to swing on. Well, we better go in.
You are listening to Mutual's presentation of The Zero Hour.
When they change a plane flight, I check to see if another is just as good or better.
Fred Underwood, Kansas City postal worker, probably knows as much about airline schedules as the airlines.
I want to give that extra service that goes with airmail. So I move it just as fast as I can to get it out of here.
And airmail is moving. Now you can almost always get next-day delivery to cities up to 600 miles away. And two-day delivery anywhere in the country. Just mail by 4 p.m., use zip code, and mail from a specially marked airmail box.
When I started here, it was all propeller planes and trains. And back in the post office, mail was handled the same way it had been for years. Now there's jet planes and zip codes, and airmail's really going places.
Airmail and zip codes. They speed everybody's letters. If you don't know a zip code, check your phone book or call the post office. Help us help you. Use zip code.
Brothers and sisters, this is Victor, and he testifies for Smokey the Bear. You can take a tip from Smokey, that there's nothing like a tree. Cause the good kid is climbing and the beautiful to see. You just have to look around, you find it's not a joke. See what you've been missing if the all went up in smoke. Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Bear, a growling and a sniffing in the air. He can find a fire large before it starts to rain. That's why we call him Smokey. That's how we got his name. Oh, come on now, beat it out, Bill. Be cool, people. Only you can prevent a forest fire. I said Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Bear, a growling and a sniffing in the air. He can find a fire large before it starts to rain. That's why we call him Smokey. That's how we got his name.
Tomorrow at this time, rest your eyes and listen here to this week's continuing study in suspense, Someone's Death. I'm Rod Serling, and this is the Zero Hour.
This episode brought to you in part by Quaker State and Ford. This is the 0 Hour on Mutual Radio. You have been listening to the 0 Hour, a presentation of the Mutual Broadcasting System in association with Hollywood Radio Theater. Heard every weekday at this time. Rod Serling is your host. 0 Hour is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis. The Hollywood Radio Theater theme was played by Ferranti and Teicher and is now available on United Artists Records and Tapes. Hugh Douglas speaking. Tune in tomorrow, and once again,
rest your eyes and listen here
to the 0 Hour. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
I'm Rod Serling. You're listening to the 0 Hour. Rest your eyes. Exercise your imagination. This week, Charles Larson's inside story of television murder. Someone's death. Starring George Kennedy, Joyce Bulifant, and Robert Reed. In Elliott Lewis's production of The 0 Hour.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The 0 Hour. Sponsored in part by
Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, Hallmark greeting cards, and the makers of V8 Juice. This is the 0 Hour on Mutual Radio.
Television producer Nils Frederick Blixen is an expert at solving murders of the fictional variety. But he's found that it's nothing at all like the real thing. The real thing keeps you awake nights, drives you in endless circles, and cannot be solved in a half-hour time slot. The police have taken away his young female casting director, Joanna Redfern, who at this point has been cast herself in the leading role in a very real murder. But for Nils Frederick Blixen, Joanna is all wrong for the part, even though he now knows she's played it once before. Someone's death continues in a moment.
Hi, this is Frankie Lane. Do you remember this song?
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that.
Yes, I believe. Well, if you do, you can also remember when there were no such things as artificial heart valves or synthetic arteries. Nobody ever heard of the heart-lung machine or open-heart surgery. Today, they're commonplace, and your contributions help bring them about. But with all these and other advances, heart disease is still not conquered. More medical advances are needed to help save hearts and lives. Give generously when your Heart Fund volunteer calls for your contribution.
I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone
Inside the North Hollywood police station, the detectives took Red into a poster-encrusted cubicle from which I was barred. She cast me a ghastly grin just before the door closed in my face, and I felt my heart give an unaccustomed lurch. I paced back and forth along the short hallway until a sunburned civilian in overalls took pity on me and urged me not to worry about my daughter, since the Valley police were gentlemen through and through. I thanked him and went outside, cut to the quick. She could be my daughter, damn it. I became obsessed with the idea that something had gone wrong and that they were booking her. I told myself I'd count to 10. Schreiber came out on the count of 7, joking and chatting with Sergeant Ames. Red was pale but composed. Ames went back inside, and Schreiber gave me the rundown.
No, it was a breeze. They didn't know about Gladstone being a pusher, so I didn't mention it. No, they didn't suspect her any more than they suspect the governor. Well, come on, Red, I'll take you home.
Wait a second, Wade. Don't you still live way out in West Valley?
Tarzana, yeah, what's the difference? I can take Red into Hollywood and then swing over Coldwater.
I wouldn't hear of it.
I've ordered a cab.
Oh. Okay, Niels Frederick, I get the message. Well, I'll call you tomorrow, Red. We'll have dinner one night. You doing anything Saturday?
No.
Good, it's a date. And, good night, buddy.
Good night, buddy. Give my love to all your kids.
Sweet man.
My company's lawyer. We've been friends for years. Let's walk to the corner. Maybe there's a cab stand there or a bus.
How old is he?
30, 31.
You mentioned something about kids?
He's got 4.
Holy Moses.
Hey, cab. Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack.
Nice wife, I suppose.
She's not married. She died.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was hungrier than I thought. Hey, you're a producer. Any chance of getting studio work?
Transportation? You'd have to check with the union.
Forget it. Maybe I'll go back to school. Landscape architecture. I used to work for a Japanese nursery up in Montrose. Boy, that really turns me on, Japanese gardens. You know what I mean? You know what a haiku is?
Japanese poem. 3 lines, 17 syllables. Quote, white cherry blossoms, colder than snow when I call, and you are not there.
Oh, son of a gun.
That's your own composition?
Birthday present from an ex-friend of mine. Very dark friend. I'll make a right turn onto Longpre, Jack.
Hey, Miss Redfern, the secretary told me you didn't have a car. You get off work around the same time every night. I'm usually someplace near the studio. I could pick you up on a regular basis, you know?
I have a car. It's just in the garage now, but thanks.
How about picking me up? I don't have a car. I'll write you a free haiku every 5th trip.
Yeah? The heck with the haikus. I do it for the money alone. What time?
6.
Oh, right here. The big brown fourplex on the left.
No, wait for me. I won't be long.
Oh, no, I can't. My wife will kill me. Look, I'll take another voucher. That's $3.10. Pick you up tomorrow at 6, Mr. Blixen.
I was glad for the opportunity to be alone with her. We stood on the sidewalk a moment while she gave me a rundown on the tenants in the building, pointed out where she lived, on the 2nd floor. Downstairs right was where Leonard Ellis and his granddaughter Heidi lived.
Odd little girl.
How odd?
She never blinks, for one thing. She's 14 going on 45. I spent age 14 in tears. Maybe that's why I distrust her so much. She doesn't cry. Never needs comforting.
What happened to her parents?
They were both in the Army. killed themselves. It was horrible. Ellis had to take over. He adopted her. I hinted to him once he ought to send her to an analyst. He almost hit the ceiling. She lives on comic books, got them piled in the garage so high you can't get a car in. She's very spiritual around her grandfather. But twice now I caught her burning grasshoppers to death with a magnifying glass.
She sounds like a charmer. Could Heidi have heard your argument? Was she at home that night?
She's always home. She's always around.
I followed Red up toward the fourplex. It was a house that only could have felt comfortable in Southern California. Curved red Spanish tiles lay on the flat roof like a matador's hat on an Iowa woman. There was a moving blur on the porch swing. She was an unmemorable girl, Heidi, half hidden behind long flaxen hair that fell to her bosom. At odd moments, she'd nudge some of the hair away from the left side of her face. I never saw the right. She wore jeans, a checkered shirt that hung out, covering her thick waistline, and painted toenails.
Hi. Aren't you in bed? Oh, this is my boss, Mr. Blixen. This is Heidi.
Hello, Heidi. I knew your grandfather. He works for me.
Do you know Donnie Osmond?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I know the Lone Ranger, though. He's a fine man.
You know why the Lone Ranger and Tonto broke up?
No, why?
You found out what Kimosabe really meant. That's a joke, son.
It's a real thigh slapper.
Well, where's everybody?
They're all in Boom Boom's playing cards. Did the thugs find you?
They found me. Were they here?
I don't know.
Of course you know. You talked to them.
They said you killed Dan Gladstone. Did you know Peter Lorre?
Heidi, what's the trouble between you and me? Well, then, don't answer.
Did you ever see anybody so clumsy in your life?
But beautiful.
Red? She curdles my milk. Thinks she's the Queen of Sheba. I hate her. I really hate her.
You know who she looks a lot like? Your mother.
My mother? Boo, you never saw my mother.
Well, there's a picture of her on your grandpa's desk in her whack uniform. What was her name?
Florence.
Maybe you hate Red because she reminds you of Florence.
You're nuts. If she reminded me of my mother, I'd love her because I love my mother.
Even after she left you. Did you tell the police about Red's and Dan's argument? Did you tell them about the ring he gave her from the candy jar?
What's the difference?
Well, I suppose it was the last time you saw Dan, the day of the argument.
He came around one more time, about a week ago. Last Tuesday.
To see Red?
She was at work.
Who'd he come to see then?
I don't know. Nobody was home.
You were home?
Well, I wasn't to begin with. I got sick at school, and the nurse excused me. Came home. I really felt terrible.
And Dan was here?
Yeah, around the back.
Well, what did you talk about? Now, it might be important, Heidi.
Did you know Boris Karloff? Lon Chaney? You sure you didn't know Peter Lorre?
Heidi, think about what I said about the resemblance. She just sat there, her arms wrapped around her body. Never had I seen such malevolence on the face of anyone so young. I thought about what she'd said about hating Red. I believe she really meant it.
Sun's shining, things are growing, things are going well with you and me. Future planned together, a wishful life together, and things look bright as they can be. We're helping 40 million people, for 40 million people, we're gonna feel the terrorist now. And that's the power of life. We got to plan the future. It's gonna feel the terrorist now.
Metropolitan life knows how important the future is to you and your family. We've been preparing hard for the future so that your metropolitan representative is qualified to help you prepare for it better. Because the better prepared you are, the better your future will be.
We'll return to our story in a moment.
At 19, Jill Kinmont was one of America's top women skiers, till an accident on an icy slope left her paralyzed. Now, 17 years later, she's a teacher, a good teacher.
I guess you can say I've overcome my handicap, but I couldn't have done it alone. I had family, friends, people who accepted me, believed in me, and helped me believe in myself. Yet there are millions of handicapped people in this country who aren't getting the acceptance they deserve because some people think that a handicapped person can't hold down a job, can't pay the rent, can't learn, can't be a human being. Well, unless you recognize that we are human beings with feelings, with skills, with a sense of responsibility, then you're adding a handicap we can't overcome.
This public service message brought to you on behalf of the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare and the Advertising Council. As Heidi said, everyone was in Boom Boom's apartment. Of course, it was a little tough getting in because the Hayworths, Boom Boom and her husband, Fred, leery of burglars, had put a new safety catch on the flimsy door earlier in the evening. And for a while, none of the people inside could work it. And while we waited for them to figure it out, Red gave me a rundown on whom I would meet.
Boom Boom owns the building. She lives in this flat with her fifth husband, Fred, and her ex-lover, Preston Andrade.
It sounds like a comfortable arrangement.
They're all in their 60s now. It's more like two brothers and a sister. Then there's Phil, Boom Boom's nephew. He dropped out of high school. His father kicked him out. She took him in.
A school kid. Prime customer for a pusher. Incidentally, where did you meet Dan Gladstone?
Arcadia Playhouse. I saw him in a play. He was good. You'll be crazy about Boom Boom. She used to dance naked on a drum in Paris. That's how she got her name and lost her hearing.
Oh, sorry, folks. Come on in.
Everybody, meet my boss.
Fred Hayworth, the master mechanic, was a tall, bald man in undershirt and gray pants who kept scratching nervously and had kindly, bloodshot eyes. When he offered me a cigar and I took it, he seemed startled. And all the time I was there, he didn't say a word. He left the conversation to his wife's ex-lover, Andrade, who knew me from Warner Brothers, he said, worked in wardrobe, which I should have spotted on sight from the way he dressed. Italian shoes, tight pants, a silk shirt, and a thick black toupee, gray at the temples. Phil, the nephew, was a quiet kid whose yellow hair burst from his head like the flame of a newly lighted match. Worked in a drugstore, he told me. When I asked Phil if he liked his job better than music, Andrade answered for him. Andrade seemed to answer for everyone.
How did you know about Phil's music?
The guitar, right?
Uh-huh.
His fingertips, the calluses. Add the guitar case in the corner, and I come on like an instant Sherlock Holmes.
Or Saul Stagg.
Who's Saul Stagg?
That's his new detective. Starts on network television in the fall.
Oh, Murphy's playing that.
The voice came from behind me. There were two of them. Red introduced them as René Ortiz and his friend Bobby. René was a frail, heavy-headed Frenchman who powder-coated his blue chin. His friend Bobby was a lot younger, higher-strung, covered with little gifts, rings on both hands, a silver bracelet, St. Christopher's medal on a thin golden chain around his neck. Bobby, you said you knew my star, Murph Smith. Where from?
Oh, around here and there, parties.
The Arcadia Playhouse?
Mm-hmm.
But you're an actor, then?
Well, theoretically. Renee doesn't like me to work.
I understand Dan Gladstone belonged to the Arcadia.
Oh, did he? Yes, I believe he did. I think I do remember Gladstone there. Of course, there were so many of us. I knew Danny casually.
Renee spit one word out, casually, turned and whipped into the kitchen. I felt Renee's jealousy bordered on violence. Red smiled at me, took my arm, and guided me in to meet Boom Boom. And I, Nils Frederick Blixen, got drunk on Boom Boom Hayworth that night in Hollywood and never recovered. It was love at first sight. She had never been a beautiful woman, and now at 60-odd, she was big-hipped, rattled-looking, and quite deaf. But there was enough left in her violet eyes and the seductive way she used her hands to effectively tongue-tie a stronger man than I. She wore a green gambler's eye shade over her dyed jet-black hair. She sat at a round table covered by a blanket and a multitude of poker chips, and extended both hands to me as gently as a child touching a pony's nose.
How nice.
How do you do, Boom Boom?
Oh, you don't have to shout, Cherie. I'm not that deaf. So you are the one who saved our dear Joanna from the sale flic.
Oh, no. Let me correct that. I didn't save her from anything. The police simply began questioning Red because she and Dan Gladstone had been going together.
Listen, we didn't mean to break up your poker game when we came in.
I know. Of course. You two go upstairs, have fun, no? Good luck on your new series. Your name again?
Blixen.
No. We are friends.
Nils Frederick.
Nils Frederick. Charming.
Thank you, Boom Boom.
Andrade, get me a cigarette. Who's your leading actor, Cherie?
A young man named Murphy Smith.
I'd love to meet him.
When we get into production, you come on out.
I adore it. It's a date. You, come. You kiss my cheek, huh?
Good night.
Night, everybody.
We're glad you stopped in.
Well, what'd you think?
I think that Phil could have a motive if he's deeply involved with narcotics.
No, I meant what did you think about Boom Boom?
Oh, fantastic.
I love you.
And I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
That's why Hallmark makes over 1,000 different kinds of Valentines to get everybody's message across on Valentine's Day.
I love you.
Let Hallmark say you care enough to send the very best on Valentine's Day, Thursday, February 14th. That's Thursday the 14th.
Hey, what you got there? It looks like tomato juice.
It's V8.
What you got there?
It's V8.
Looks like tomato juice.
It's V8.
Try it. Wow! It sure doesn't taste like tomato juice.
It tastes like V8.
A great natural blend of 8 garden vegetables.
V8 cocktail vegetable juice. V8.
The Zero Hour continues after this.
Hi, everybody. This is Tony Butala of the Letterman. Medical care for veterans. Who is eligible to receive it? If you're a veteran or related to a veteran, this information may help you look ahead to the day when you can use VA medical care. The VA hospital system is responsible for taking care of veterans who are injured or who became ill while in the service. Their needs always come first. Next are veterans who can't afford to pay for medical care on their own, and veterans over age 65 or receiving VA pensions. Today, there are 168 hospitals in the VA system. Some have live-in units, allowing veterans to come and go as they please. The VA sometimes makes arrangements with nursing homes for patient care outside the hospital. And VA outpatient clinics provide a full range of services from general medical treatment to dental care or to drug clinics.
There was no sign of the cab, and the porch swing was empty. Heidi was gone. I filled my lungs with jasmine scent and then climbed to the second landing to Red's apartment. She'd gone up a moment or two before me to fix us each a drink. When I came in, I could hear her in the kitchen, knocking things over. She came out with 2 scotches, neat,
I called your cab again. The woman said that he was on the way. Cheers.
Cheers.
It must be awful not to have a car in this town. I don't know how you manage.
Well, you were lucky not to have had one last night.
Last night?
Gladstone's murderer drove to and from the ambush. Your car was in the shop.
Yes. Well, to be 100% candid.
It wasn't in the shop.
No, it was in the shop, all right. Oh, hell, they'll find out anyway. I borrowed Renee's.
Naturally.
It's almost as if a malignant fate were pursuing me, isn't it?
Did you tell Wade Schreiber this?
About malignant fate?
About having Renee's car?
No, I didn't. I will, though. I promise, soon as I see him.
Tell me about the letter, the anonymous letter concerning you and Gladstone.
What about it? It's just one of those hateful, illiterate ravings. It didn't make any sense.
What did you do with it?
I tore it out.
Which one did it threaten, you or Gladstone?
Both of us.
If he ever came back again, or if you ever saw him again, is that the idea?
More or less.
And Gladstone did come back, and now he's dead.
Well, you can't call that cause and effect, because he certainly never came back after I booted him out.
Ah, but he did.
When?
Last Tuesday.
How do you know?
Heidi told me.
Oh.
Don't you believe her?
Oh, well, let me put it this way. Heidi romanticizes.
All right, indulge me. Assume she was telling the truth for once. Who would he have come to see? Boom Boom?
Maybe he was crazy about Boom Boom.
What'd she think of him?
He was a man. She approved.
Did Boom Boom's husband, what was his name, Fred, did he approve?
Fred believes in letting people do as they please. Fred isn't even jealous of Andrade. Why should he have fussed about Danny?
Preston Andrade isn't black.
Oh, nobody around here cares about that.
Jealousy isn't always justified. Remember?
If you're referring to my sister, that's rotten.
I'm sorry. Did you notice anything peculiar about young Phil downstairs, like his barbiturate eyes? Let's say he makes a decision one day. He decides he loves his music more than his downers. He tells his suppliers to bug off. The supplier threatens to tell Phil's aunt. Phil tries to scare him away with a letter. It doesn't work. You want another?
Well, if you insist on playing detective.
I do. 2 points. First, Ellis was wrong. There were blacks living around here, to my knowledge, as far back as the 40s. So the objection to Dan wasn't from that quarter. Point 2, the letter made a threat, and the threat was carried out. That scares me.
Because we're dealing with a nut?
We could be. Where are you going, Red?
To get the letter.
But I thought...
I lied.
In a moment she was back. She dropped the letter into my hand. It was wrinkled and dirty. Someone, Red presumably, had crumpled it at one time into a ball and then smoothed it out again. Words cut from cheap magazines had been pasted in soiled, uneven rows. I read it aloud. Dear Jade, tell your black paramour to clear out or we'll cut off... It's a gruesome threat. Interesting words, though.
The ones you mm'd over?
No. Paramour and Jade. Red, this letter threatens your life, and you didn't ever think of showing it to the police? Who all handled this letter?
Well, everybody. Dan, me, Boom Boom, Fred, Andrade, Renee, everybody in this house. What are you thinking about, fingerprints?
No, not much need to hurry on that now. I'd like to borrow it, may I?
Sure.
Good night.
Good night, Niels Frederick.
She moved forward, trod on my toe, and kissed me softly on the cheek. But as I went down the stairs, I couldn't drive from my mind the distressing realization that she had lied to the police about not having a car last night. She had lied to me about the threatening letter. And what else had she lied about? The image of her pushing her baby sister's carriage down the steps blotted everything else out.
You are listening to Mutual's presentation of The Zero Hour.
USO? Gee, I guess there must be one around here someplace. Yeah, let me think. Hold on. I'll go over here and ask, okay?
For longer than we care to remember, people have been taking the USO for granted. Sure, it's a place for servicemen and women, a place they can feel at home. Read, rest up, write letters home. A nice, clean place where the hamburgers are great, and so are the people serving them. Tickets to shows, ball games, sure. Everybody knows that about the USO. But what people don't know is that it takes money to keep the USO going for our 2 million men and women still in uniform. It takes a little money spread out among a lot of people. Because USO gets no government funds. It depends entirely on your gifts to the United Fund, Community Chest, or local USO campaign.
So please give. Our work isn't done.
जी हाँ, ये खानदानी मंसूबा बंदी का मरकज है.
Mais oui, c'est le centre de planning familial.
Yes, this is the family planning center.
There are family planning centers in more than 100 countries today. The women who come to these centers can't afford to go to private doctors, but they want to plan their children, when they're going to have them, and how many they're going to have. The trouble is, there aren't enough centers. Just in the United States, there are nearly 5 million women who have no way of getting modern family planning help. And that's nothing compared with the world problem. Some countries don't have enough family planning centers. Some don't have any at all. This year, again, many women will have babies not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Sad for them. Sad for the world. With family planning help, these women, too, will have babies only when they choose. So that all the people of the world may have this freedom of choice, support Planned Parenthood.
Tomorrow at this time, rest your eyes and listen here to this week's continuing study in suspense, someone's death. I'm Rod Serling, and this is the Zero Hour.
Today's episode brought to you in part by Metropolitan Life Insurance, Hallmark Cards, and V8 Juice. This is the Zero Hour on Mutual Radio.
You have been listening to The Zero Hour, a presentation of the Mutual Broadcasting System in association with Hollywood Radio Theater. Heard every weekday at this time. Rod Serling is your host. Zero Hour is produced and directed by Elliot Lewis. The Hollywood Radio Theater theme was played by Ferranti and Teicher and is now available on United Artists Records and Tapes. Hugh Douglas speaking.
This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Subscriptions are 100% free, and they really help me get an idea of how I'm doing. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.